One of the most important differences that you need to master for your final exam is this. Gerunds versus to. Let me update this topic. It will be gerund or to. Okay, I'm going to give you the definition of gerund and the definition of to. But first, we are going to cover what colors are necessary for this lesson. Remember the colors?
Yes.
Right. In this case, what colors will be necessary? Number one, color green. What is the color? What is represented with color green?
The verb. Verb, yes.
Excellent. With green, we represent verbs. And what do we represent with color yellow? Ah, that was a tricky question.
Connector.
Karen, you are correct. We use connectors with color yellow. You are totally correct. So this is going to be the requirements for this lesson. Verbs and connectors. Technically, what we are going to study right now is the difference between a gerund and an infinitive verb, which is as follows here. Gerunds are verbs and this. There we go. Technology, eh? Can you hear me well? Okay, what about now? Can you hear me better here?
Yes, teacher.
Yes, sure. Very cool. Gerunds are verbs that end in ing. Technically, they are not considered actions. Because these are not the principal actions. It's an action in a sentence. Let me give you an example in this case. I love shopping. If you analyze this idea, right, we have two different components that represent the verb. The first section, please give me and find the verb in this sentence. Tell me, yes, what's the verb in this idea?
I love shopping. Sorry, teacher. There is noise here, but they are not considered. No, teacher. I wasn't paying attention because there are a lot of
Oh,
noise. But
okay.
if you can repeat it? I
Sure.
Yes, please.
Let's talk about the components of a normal sentence, okay? Person, verb, complement, no? A normal
Yes.
sentence is person, verb, complement. So
Mhm,
in this sentence, in the sentence, I love shopping,
mhm.
what's the verb?
Ah, love. Love is the verb.
You are totally correct. Very good. So here we go with understanding that the word love is something we call the principal verb in the sentence. Because the word shopping is a derivative of the word shop. Shop is a verb. It's similar to buy. The difference is that this is not considered a verb. This is an extension of the verb. The second section is considered an activity. Oh, yes, by the way, we need to go back to the colors because we are going to use also blue, color blue. And color blue is for,
Person?
yes, but in this case, it's for a different, similar to there is and there are. Do you remember the color blue in existence? Countable and uncountable.
And
Correct. So let me change the color so you can see it better. And you will see this. Something important to consider is that we are going to talk about activities. An activity is considered a noun. And this is relevant here because when we are talking about the word shopping, shopping is considered an activity. Activity, which is expressed with an ing. Technically, this is not a verb. The word shopping is an activity. And it's incorrect to say, I love to shop, which is the point of this lesson, right? When we are talking about two verbs, what is the connector for two verbs?
to?
Precisely. So when I say in Spanish and I think of the word me gusta comprar, I normally say I love to buy. That expression is incorrect. The correct expression is I love shopping, referring to the activity of shopping, not the act of buying, you know? Why? Let me give you the reference. Let's talk about the following topic. There are two ways to connect verbs. The first way is to use gerunds, precisely. The second way, using the connector to. Mhm. So how do you say, for example, Val, how do you say yo voy a entrenar todos los jueves? How do you say that in English, Val?
I go to um I can't remember the word to
Yeah.
no. I go I go how do you say entrenar?
Interesting. Can you help us, guys? How do you say entrenar in English, guys? Help.
Practice? No.
Training?
Practice. Incorrect. Training. You are very close, Jessie. You're very close, Viridiana, but it's not training, ing. Remove the ing, Viridiana.
Yes. Part 2.
Part two?
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Using ger gerund. Gerund? Yes, no?
Training is ing.
Mm-hmm.
Eliminate the ing.
Trainer?
That's it. No,
Trainer?
trainer is a different thing.
Trainer?
Trainer is a person.
Trainer? Yes, training.
The
Trainer?
action is train. You see the difference?
Again, teacher? Repeat,
Again, you have training,
please.
train, and only train.
Train. Okay. Thank
You
you.
see,
Yes. Mm-hmm.
the last syllable makes a
Mhm.
multiplication.
Mm-hmm.
We're not talking about a trainer. Trainer is a person.
Yes.
We are not talking about training. Training is a gerund.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
The verb is train.
Okay, teacher.
¿Vale? How do you say voy a entrenar todos los jueves?
Okay, I go to train all the Thursday. No.
Do you remember the expressions for routines? Time expressions for routines.
Yes.
How do you say
Um,
todos los? How do you say todos los días?
always? No.
How do you
I don't know.
oh, guys, how do you say todos los días? Help us.
Every day?
Every day.
Yes.
Yes. So how do you say, Val, eliminate day? What do you get?
Every,
Every. Ajá.
every,
Y how do you say todos los jueves?
every Thursday.
Ta-da. That's it. And it's not necessary. It can be Thursdays plural or Thursday singular. It doesn't matter. That's it.
Okay.
I go to train every Thursday. Pay attention to the sentence. What is the principal verb in this case? But
Mm, Train,
incorrect. The
go.
principal is go. Oh, yes. The second verb is considered something called a infinitive verb. Take a note. The second verb is called infinitive verb. An infinitive verb, by definition, is a verb that has no time. The verb that receives the time is the first one. So when you are talking about the two verbs together, you need to take into consideration the secondary verb in both cases have no time. Okay. The principal verb always receives the time, and the secondary, you have two options, ing or to. But it's similar. They are not considered actions, and they are not receiving time. In this case, we need to complete this. They are not considered actions and don't. Do you understand?
Yes, teacher. And the two example it's fine, or it's depend the context.
But
Or-
oh well, okay.
Yeah.
When you need the first and when you need the second, huh?
Yeah, teacher, please.
That's a good question. That's a very, very good question. Okay, so let's talk about occasions. When is necessary to use ing and when it's necessary to use to? Well, I have bad news about it. The bad news is that you need to memorize. In English, you only use, let me give you ing, just a second. Okay. The problem with this topic is that you need to memorize this chart. Here, you have a list of verbs that are exclusive for INGs. So technically it's the list plus ING. Let me switch. And this is going to go directly to your WhatsApp. We are going to practice and we're going to do some examples with these verbs so you can use an ing. Okay. Let's talk about, we have some difficult verbs, so let's use only A2s. Let's use this one and only A2s, yes. To hate. And let's do, yeah, let me eliminate the one that I sent to you. Something easy to memorize. Now we have hate here, so we can eliminate hate. And fancy is too much. Feel like forgive. That's super difficult, teacher. Come on. Are very difficult verbs. Give up, continue. Like, love, miss, necessitate. No, need to go. No, forget it. Need picture. Postpone, practice, prevent, put up, recall. Let me recollect, present. No, these are very difficult verbs. Start, stop, urged, and one. Okay, so I kept the easy or the necessary verbs for you. If you want to pass the final exam, you need to memorize this list, this particular list. And let's then practice it, okay? Let's go, for example, with the first, admit. I'm gonna give you an example. My ex-girlfriend, admitted drinking my Coca-Colas. I bought my Coca-Colas for me, not for her. And she admitted drinking my Coca-Colas. What is her problem? Right? Now, attention to the construction. She admitted drinking, ing. It's incorrect to say she admitted to drink. Do you understand?
Yes, teacher.
For sure. What about that? What about yes? What about Viridiana? Do you understand or not?
One more example.
One more example.
Please.
The president admitted going to my house. She's like, oh, yes, I'm sorry. I visited Fernando. Come on, president. That's very bad. The president admitted going to my house. Not to go. That's incorrect. Comprehension or no comprehension?
Yes, teacher.
Yes.
I have a question. Let's try with the next. Val, do you know the meaning of allow?
No.
Okay, do you know the meaning of let?
Of what?
Let or permit?
Yes.
Then
I think.
allow is a synonym. Permit, allow, and let are synonyms.
Okay. I think I understand.
In that case, let me ask you, does your mom allow you drinking?
Sometimes sometimes my mom allowed me drinking.
That sounds perfect. That sounds, whoops, just a second. Where are my buttons? Buttons. Excellent. Let me go to the other one. Karen, anticipate. What do you always anticipate?
Sorry, again, please.
What do you always anticipate?
I always anticipate my English homework.
Okay, my English homework. Now try to give me an action after anticipate. Doing what with your English homework?
I anticipate doing my homework.
Yeah, very good. That's correct. I anticipate doing my homework. Good job. Viridiana, appreciate. What do you appreciate so much?
Mm, again, teacher? Pronunciation?
Oh, yeah, sure.
Appreciate.
Let's go to the dictionary now.
Yes.
I can write the symbols to you.
Mm,
Here we go.
Appreciate.
Appreciate. Appreciate.
Look at the symbols.
Uh,
Look at you. The first symbol is equal.
appreciate. Appreciate.
The second syllable. Look here. What is that sound?
Appreciate. Appreciate. Mm,
Okay, let's talk about it, no? Let's go to the symbols. And let's check the pronunciation. On this symbol.
Shh. Shh.
appreciate. 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 Okay, thank you. Teacher. Appreciate.
Appreciate.
Very good. Appreciate.
I appreciate
Right?
eating every day.
Very, very
Yes,
interesting. Yes, yes, that's important. Mhm. Yeah,
Very
I appreciate having a house. No?
yes, teacher.
Very good. Very nice. That sounds good. Okay. Let's go to the next. So if, for example, let's go with Jesse. Avoid. Do you remember what is avoid?
Avoid. No, I don't.
You don't remember? Come
No,
on.
avoid is
Okay, let's go to the definition of avoid. Over here. 1, 2, 3 action.
all right. To prevent something bad from happening. To prevent something bad. Avoid something. Please prevent something bad from happening. So I want a boy with my neighborhood, with my neighbor.
Okay, but why with?
When?
No, why live? You said with my neighbor, but then you are not understanding avoid.
No,
Let me
this
explain.
sounds
Prevent is the action of eliminating from your life. No. To remove. No. To try to remove. For example, let's imagine that you are on a diet. Okay, you are on a diet and you have a particular diet specifications. No sugar, no alcohol. You need to avoid sugar. You need to avoid alcohol. Your diet doesn't permit you sugar for the moment. You are avoiding sugar. You
Mm,
understand?
I think so. For example, I want avoid mm, to avoid. mm, I want avoid
Before you continue, want is a verb. Avoid is a verb. What is the
mm,
connector for words?
to
So let's repeat.
go.
What do you want?
mm, I I want no, but in this case is not with the connector too.
Why not?
Is
Want is a normal verb. And actually,
oh,
want is in the next slide. Mhm.
so it's only I avoid.
But what happened with want? Why are you,
Oh,
don't eliminate want. Your intention is say want, keep want. Don't erase
so
one.
I want to avoid.
Excellent. You want to avoid and then the ing.
I want to avoid
Yes.
mm, getting sick this the
This.
in this rainers. I don't know how to say lluvias
Lluvias, no, season, temporada.
season. Oh, so I want to avoid getting sick in this season.
Oh, what a good, that's a very good example. Three verbs, attention. I want to
I
avoid
want to avoid
getting, because of the rule,
getting sick.
necessary ing,
Mhm.
sick this season.
Alright.
You see? That was a very good example because you have three different conjugations in the same idea, in the same sentence.
Mhm. Mm.
Everybody,
Yes.
please write Jesse's example. And actually, all the examples were very good. If you say Jessica's example, Viridiana's example, we have I like what? I appreciate eating every day. That's another very good example. Appreciate eating. Karen said, I anticipate doing homework. Val said, my mom doesn't allow, no, my mom allows me drinking sometimes. You see, all those examples are demonstrations of a verb together with a gerund. So everybody please copy these examples, okay? Any question right now?
No, teacher.
No.
Sure.
Mm.
Excellent. These are the verbs using connector to. For example, want, if you see, for example, the on the W, want over here. Jesse's example, I want, you need a connector too. But this is technically easy because you are used to using two. I hope you always use a connector too, no? If you don't use a connector too, then memorize this list. Don't worry, tomorrow we continue practicing, okay? I just want to give you the material in this moment Let me try. Oh, what is important here? Wait, care. Chance no. Explain yes, consent no. There is difficult. The man is difficult. The serve is probably important. Elect, endeavor. That's important too. No, the beginning endeavor. Guarantee, facilitate, incline, manage, difficult. That is difficult. Promise is important. Refuse is important. Remain is not important. Request or solve seek is not important. This is also not important. Trouble is important. Swear is not important. Temp is important. Pronoun is not important. Nature is not important. Volunteer is not important. And here is not important. The rest are important. So memorize this list versus the other. And I will send it to you via WhatsApp. In this moment, we finished. Okay? Thank you for waiting for me, girls. You're the best. I'll see you tomorrow.
Thank you, teacher.
Teacher, thank
Have a
you.
wonderful- A wonderful night, actually. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye,
See you
teacher.
later. Bye-bye. See you later. Bye, Karen.
Hey, teacher, see you later.
See you later.